A bunch of Batman stuff and some other nerdy kind of things. So yeah, cool. The first one I'm going to do is called Bread Drop. I want true democracy without a media bias. I want gender and race to no longer define us. I want to watch a DC movie that doesn't cause me emotional harm. I want to run across the beach and jump into my own arms. I want Zack Snyder to stop making movies. I want Tatiana Maslany to be cast as every member of the Justice League. I want a pair of those glasses that Roddy Piper had in They Live so that people can see what a piece of shit lizard Rupert Murdoch really is. I want people to stop saying that only God can judge me. I want people to stop typing LOL if they're not really laughing. I want you to stop using your upbringing as an excuse for being a cunt. I want Ambush Bug to finally get an animated series of his own. I want vegetarian Haribo that don't taste like shit. I want Binks to finally be revealed to be the Sith Lord that he really is. I want people to stop forcing their opinions of religion onto children. Leave those poor shits alone until they're old enough to make mistakes on their own. I want a button on Tinder that matches me exclusively with gingers. The girls with plenty of attitude that look at me like, who the fuck are you? I want a Grubs, I want my own banana stand. These right here are my list of demands. I want new episodes of Farscape, I want new episodes of The Cape, I want new episodes of Stargate, and if we could get Jericho back to, that would be wicked. I want to watch Game of Thrones, but to be honest with you, I want to finish the books first. It's not like I thirst for the written words, it's just that I fucking hate immediate class acting. I want people to stop reacting to this world like it's a burden. It's beautiful, frustrating, heartbreaking. I want to know where the lighter fluid came from. I want people to stop chewing with their fucking mouths open. I want to live in a society that cares less about money and more about empathy, void of all bigotry. And ideally no Tories, they can kiss my dick and say thanks for it. I want a new season of Arrested Development. I want Neil Hamburger commentating on every single sporting event. I want to leave your society and open a cat and penguin sanctuary. I want you to see how perfect you are and not just how perfect you are to me. I want to make you listen to idea and watch your mind expand. These right here are my list of demands. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. So, do we all like Star Wars? Are we all fans of Star Wars and that, yeah?
Yeah!
Cool. Do we like the prequels?
No!
See? Right, so I'm going to do a poem about Jar Jar Binks. So if you hate Jar Jar Binks, go for a cigarette or a piss or something. Banished to the mainlands of Naboo because they said I was clumsy, but the truth is, in realness, Gungans be straight up scared of me. I get that you probably blame me for ruining many of your childhood memories, but the truth is, y'all don't know half of my story. I'm like Mrs. Pancakes, you don't know me. So I guess at this point, I should probably introduce myself. I used to go by the name Plagueis. I'm the one who trained Emperor Palpatine, taught him everything that he knows about immortality. I'm the one who thought he killed while I was deep in my sleep. I mean, you get that I can both create and end life, right? I can stop people from dying and shit. So what made you think that you could kill me so easily? Anyway, as my full spirit rose and left that decaying body, I searched for a new host, one that could happily sustain me. I came across this newborn, a Gungan, my new home. So fast forward 30 years or so and I've casually tricked my way into power. Sowed the seeds of mistrust regarding the goodness of the Jedi Order. Saw little orphan Annie disdain towards democracy, and the best thing about it is that he actually trusts me. And the best thing about it is that Emperor Palpatine still has no idea who the fuck I even am. He still thinks he's the master of his own stolen plan, not a puppet on my string, being controlled by a brief swipe in my hand. So now I just kind of hang around in the background, you know, act a generic fool. Influence the situation whenever I need to. Keep Anakin nice and cynical while you blunder fuck your way through the rule of two. I tell ya, Batman would be impressed with the amount of apprentices that you go through. First there was Darth Maul, who looked kind of cool but seemingly only badass on paper. Then you fucked up Darth Vader, who ended up needing breathing apparatus in order to continue. Oh shit, yeah, and Count Dooku, who was equally fucking useless. But he came with General Grievous, who was all kinds of badass, so I'll give you that one, I guess. Anyway, I digress. I destroyed your democracy, handed the power over to Palpatine. You want to talk about the Phantom Menace? Darth Maul ain't got shit on me. I'll be hidden in plain vision, setting my sights on complete domination and the complete destruction of every Jedi and every one of their allies. Why? Because fuck the Jedi. They can eat my dick, that's word to Binks. In fact, fuck the whole light side. They can eat our dick, that's word to Sith. And now it's 30 years later and Palpatine is gone, killed by that traitor, Darth Vader, but trust the dark side is still strong in me. And believe me when I say that my story is far from done. It's time for the Sith to rise again. This time the puppet on my string will be Darth Vader's grandson. Cheers. Cheers. So I'm going to do one now. It's like an older one. It's like the second or third poem I've ever wrote. It's like a poem about having a crush on someone that you work with and all that kind of stuff. Cool. So, and then one day I'm at my desk, and just like usual, you walk past. You give me a smile, I give you a joke, you give me a sympathetic laugh that I keep close to my heart when low confidence is rife. Instantly, you're my Khaleesi, you be the moon of my life. Now, that last rhyme was lazy, and I'm sorry it was obvious, but I feel that those words were the best words to try and get my point across. You see, she'll send me an email from across the room. Hey darling, how was your evening? And what did you get up to? And it makes my day just to think she thought of me before logging on or signing in or making a coffee. So I reply and try and be funny, try and be awesome, try and play it cool, but every word that I write just sounds like, I well fancy you. Which would be cool if I didn't, but I do, so it's not. I'm so fucking obvious, I'm like Shutter Island's plot, and I'm so transparent that you can call me Griffin. I'm pretty fucking obvious, I guess is what I'm saying. But now, every now and then, I like to fool myself again. That the smile that you did send was meant for more than just a friend, and I'd like to just pretend, but now it's the weekend, so I'll see you again on Monday. And now it's Monday again, I get that stupid grin, I get to see your face again, and that's for the win, because the weekend has been such a drawn out thing, getting baked with my friends, will this Monday never end? You see, I like your face, and I think you're really pretty. You stimulate my mind, and you make me a little giddy, and you make me a little happy, and you make me act a fool, and you make me want to slap me for acting like said fool. For the things that I do when I'm around you, let me give you an example. If you were Princess Toadstool, and you were captured by Bowser, I'd come running and I'd save, over mushroom hills, underwater levels, and deepest, darkest caves. Fighting Koopa Troopers, booze and goopers won't stop until the end, jumping straight from Worlds 1, 3, then 8, the water whistle is my friend. So I'm at the final level, and your face is in my sight. But before the heroic kiss comes the main boss fight. Now the main boss is easier than real life can be. Just jump on his head 3 times and you're on to victory. But real life is harder, and I wish that I knew all the things to say and do to try and impress you. And it's hard to talk to you without a CPU. So I'll see you again on Monday. Because it's placed in my heart in the shape of its size. I can't say I saw it at the start, but I equally can't say I'm surprised that I now see you this way. And I hope you understand that at night and throughout the day, I kind of just want to hold your hand. And I know that it's unlikely that you like me too. I'm a bit of a nerd, but opposites do attract. It's a fact and all of that. So I stare at my feet and retract. Back to the fact that I'm a nerd, and that's hat with a Johnny Cupcakes hat and an antisocial cat, spurting Twin Peaks facts, wishing that I was the bat. So to my nerd cave, I go back. Cheers. Cheers, so I'm going to do a new one, so if I fuck it up, just accept that I did, and go to my YouTube channel, and you can see the proper version, Bridge818, no spaces, thank you. Cool. Yeah, this one's called Is It Future and Is It Past? And I actually got a little band thing going on with my friend Selena, and we're making this one of our next songs, and it's actually better than this version, so sorry you've got to hear this version first. Cool. I was sinking with you on top of my shoulders, so I'd let you go and allow myself to finally swim free. I was sinking with you. I thought I was strong enough to host us both. I boast the role of shelter to your inevitable pain, the endless rain. And when all your hope came crashing down, I'd play the clown and try and turn that frown into a slightly more smiley position. You were never in imposition. I would always sit and listen to all of your indecisions and all of the flavours that they came in. But the depths of this toxic relationship was overwhelming. I couldn't keep us both from drowning. I spent forever playing the umbrella, trying to shelter you from your pain. I actually forgot what it felt like to deal with my own rain. And when your rain finally came and you took aim at me and you took your can of petrol figuratively and you burned this bridge to friendship literally, and it's not like I didn't see your storm coming from a fucking mile away. Over the years, I'd seen your knee-jerk reactions and pointless arguments destroy so many friendships that I kind of got used to it. We all just kind of got used to it. We tiptoed around your insecurities and tried to accommodate your anxieties and tried to alleviate your suicidal tendencies before you basically turned on me and we with your words misrepresenting me. Your words trying to turn people against we. Your words eagerly eating away at me, ripping at my skin, leaving me to bleed out, making me doubt my own character, my own ethics, and my so full of bullshit that even I can't see what is clearly obvious to you, but not me. You checked yourself into the hero's quarters and vilified my every step. While I sat there refusing to elevate you to the list of my regrets, I'd rather put you on the shelf with all of the things that I'd rather forget. But I ain't upset, not anymore, these feelings ain't raw, no more tears will fall onto this blood-stained floor. And as you continue to push and try and get me to bite, I flat out refuse to engage in your fight. I won't feed your screen grab so you can show your friends you were right, and you won't be on my mind when I can't sleep tonight. Now, this poem ain't dedicated to just one of you. This poem is dedicated to fucking loads of you. So for me and we, from all of us, from the bottom of our hearts, regardless of the past, we just want to say, all right. I hope you've found the happiness that you're looking for in life, but at the same time, y'all still a bunch of dickheads. You can all go fuck yourselves. Cheers.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to do another Star Wars one. Lighten the mood up a little bit. Cool, I won't do any depressing ones tonight. This is about a stormtrooper. I say it's not depressing one, it's kind of a little bit depressing. But Star Wars, it's depression caped in Star Wars, so it's fine, obviously. This is about a stormtrooper trying to get himself back into society after the Death Star exploded. I told you, it's like a half and half, you know. And that was it. The Death Star was destroyed and I was suddenly unemployed, left out in the void of the real world. All the real work is done by droids. Life wasn't like this before I was deployed because they told me that the Empire needed me. I had to prepare to die if I wanted to be free. There is rebel scum all over the galaxy, and by the time this is over, I'll even have a college degree, plus a nice plot of land on Dantooine, where I can chill and expand on my family. But life doesn't always pan out the way that we do see, so now I sleep on the streets with blisters occupying my feet, you see. War would be glorious, at least that's what they told all of us, not prepared for all of the horrors that will be presented before us. Women and children demoralised, innocent farmers burned alive. There's a reason most of us didn't shoot straight. We just didn't want to end any more lives. I'm a good person, but war makes you do terrible things. Innocence can turn to violence when you're surviving by any means, creating widows and creating orphans like it's going out of fashion, killing indiscriminately and using the excuse we were simply following direction which we were. Trust that don't make the sleeping any easier. The alcohol can bring the numbness, but the psychological damage runs much deeper. I've seen my best friends cut down in their prime, fighting for a war that's yours and not mine. We stood side by side, fighting for what we thought we right. If only we knew how the Empire had lied. So now I'm stranded on Mos Eisley, not even sure what happened to my fallen brothers. I heard that some of them managed to flee and regroup into the Outer Rim sectors. Trying to continue this bullshit war, not even sure what it is they're fighting for. Just a bunch of soldiers without a cause while I sit here and try to ignore the looks on people's faces as they slowly pass me by. They probably just think I'm a down and out who's given up on life. Who knows, maybe they're right. Even if they knew what I'd been through, they probably wouldn't be happy with the side that I did fight, the dark side and not the light. I wonder if I'll even see any sleep tonight. Cheers. Cheers, I'm gonna do like 3 more, okay? I'm going to do one about religion, I'm going to do one about hip hop, and I'm going to do one about a cat. So we'll end on a reasonably high note. Right, okay, so this is like I say, a poem about religion. It's about, I'm not anti-religion or anything. Believe in what you want to believe in, that's absolutely fine. Don't be a bellend with your religion. Don't hurt people with it. And believe in what you want to believe in. That's all you need to do in life, okay? Cool, so as long as we all agree on that, no one here can be offended by this poem, right? Awesome, cool. So it was about the age of 20 when I was pondering the Holy Trinity, and it all seemed a little ridiculous to me, the thought of one holy entity. And as the years went along, this girl came along from across the pond with a belief system that was all kinds of wrong. She said, you know what? For an atheist, you're not what I expect. I said, funny, for an idiot, you're exactly what I expect. You lack common decency at every single step, and anything you don't agree with, you simply won't respect. She told me that all gays are evil, and that Colbert is the devil, that Obama is a Muslim, that there's one God, not several, that you came from a rib just like every woman did. They teach this shit to little kids, and I find it baffling. Now, I'm not calling you an idiot because you found religion. I just kind of feel sorry for you because it clearly wasn't your decision. Your parents have laid the foundation, years of strategic plantation, that homosexuality is the groundwork of Satan. So go cry me some holy water and then come back and regurgitate the nonsense that your parents taught you. And don't even begin to listen to my opinion. Your truth may be your truth, but it isn't exactly what I'm feeling. Now, if you want to believe in a higher power, the last thing I'm going to do is look down on you. I'm happy that you found whatever it is that helps you to get through. The day-to-day strain where life can truly be tough, so whatever keeps you sane is surely enough. Right? No. It's not enough for some of these fucking people. They've got to stamp their feet and make the loudest noise, and people know that their point is valid, lie and cover the molestation of young girls and boys, and have the audacity to rule over who can get married, and don't even begin with it's God's word. Okay? Here's the deal. You go find a picture of God, and I'll go find a picture of Batman. And whichever one of us gets back to this exact point first wins the argument. And you have the audacity to look at me like I'm a fucking arse hat because I find it more likely that a nightly vigilante fights crime as a bat instead of believing in your 6 days of creation and all that. And I could almost hear a pop as air into the vacuum that your body mass occupied only a nanosecond earlier, before I took the time to remind you that your religion is a redo of a religion that's a redo of a religion that's a redo of a... I can repeat myself for hours. If that's what I really need to do. If that's what I need to do to get through, I'll fucking scream it until I turn blue, so I stroke my beard, stare off into the distance, and wonder if history will ever stoop to acknowledge your existence. Or would you fade away, no memories of you would stay, or on this world would you leave a permanent stain? But I guess what I'm trying to say at the end of the day is, please don't have children. Cheers. So, the idea that hip-hop is a slowly dying art form is a perfectly acceptable opinion when you're only taking into consideration 80% of what's in the mainstream, with so many irresponsible lessons being fed to our younger generations. And as it breaks my heart, I start to realise that those lessons were there from the very start. You see, my early teens can be pretty much summed up with these 5 things: hip-hop, hardcore, DC Comics, Mike Patton, Twin Peaks, and let's be honest, that at the age of 35, not much has really changed in my life. I've just realised I'm turned 36. And at the age of 36, I'm still obsessed with all of this shit. Now, to me, hip-hop and hardcore were always interchangeable, ethical and political, with a message to rise above it all. But the misogyny, homophobia and racism run so deep, if you just read between the lines, that our heroes once did speak. Growing up listening to Dre and the D.O.G.G, I didn't think saying bitch was meant to be derogatory. I just wanted it to be cool like everyone of these motherfuckers in my school. I wore my Onyx hoodie with pride, Wu-Tang hat tilted to one side, and besides, it's not like this music was anything that I could relate to. Had no need for an AK, had no need to cap no fools, because life's pretty mundane in the WGC. It's kind of lame being B-R-I-D-G-E. You see, small town kids feel the need to feel bigger, so they start acting tough and using the words, inappropriate turns of phrase. So many homophobic slurs, it's like it's a crime to be gay, which is obviously not okay. So then what I started to do was branching out a little bit and found some music that actually spoke to me, like Mos Def, Jurassic 5, Del Gill, Public Enemy. Still coming from streets that I'd never walked, but endorsing an ethic that I could support. Hip-hop with a conscious thought. Listening to every single word that KRS-One taught, I found wisdom in his lyricism. I couldn't help but sit and listen to all the lessons that he was teaching. The words he was preaching soon became my religion. So now it's what, 2017? And you want to tell me that hip-hop needs to get in the fucking sea? But before you make that opinion for yourself, I suggest you go listen to some Doomtree, Brother Ali and Talib Kweli, Atmosphere, Idea, Run the Jewels, Scroobius Pip, Sage Francis, B. Dolan, Immortal Technique, Them Atlas. They remind us that hip-hop is art. It's a way for us to voice our opinion. Hip-hop is a way for us to rage against the system. It's not a platform for violence, racism and sexism. Hip-hop should be poetry and not your misogyny. So if you want to ask me who needs to get in the fucking sea, well, it's Drake. Obviously. Cheers. Right, okay, I've got to do one more. This poem's about a cat that I love. It's an absolute bellend, but that's a cat, right? Cool. So we got this cat named Kitty, and she doesn't care too much for me, even though I talk to her in Dothraki and do all the things she needs to do to try and keep a cat healthy. I give her eats and I buy her treats. And I don't get mad when she shits all over my sheets. And when she tries to kill me by tripping up my feet, I'm still like, oh, you're so sweet. And she looks at me like, who the fuck are you? Don't you fucking look at me, where the fuck is my food? Goes to the fridge, grab the pouch, then deliver food to mouth, then fuck you, I'm out. I'm gonna go and hunt this mouse. And she kind of looks like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, with sad eyes that hide and a little ball of fluff. But she'll rip the shit out of your post if you don't pay her enough attention, and just like POS, she'll be like, fuck your stuff. But I still do love that little kitty. even though she clearly prefers my housemates to me. And although she'll never invite me to one of her cat parties, at least she ain't a fucking dog. Cheers.
Yeah!
Cheers. If you care, you can find me on the internet, Bridge818. Do that.
Excellent.